Welcome to Spreading the Floor with your hosts, Jacob Cooperman and Nigel Petty Fernandez. Your go-to podcast for basketball's forecast.
What do we got next? Female head coach for the Spurs.
I definitely want to talk about the female coach, Stephen.
Okay, go ahead, Nigel.
Stephen Curry.
Stephen. That's why it's in Germany. Stephen Curry.
What do you have to say about Popovich getting ejected? And I think it's definitely a historic moment.
Yeah, what happened with that?
He got ejected.
Like
Pop gets ejected.
It was like three.
Yeah, he gets ejected.
Gets ejected. I mean, it's just something that happens.
Yeah.
Was that Pop's personal record for getting ejected from a game? It was like 5 games into the season.
I think even like Tim Duncan only got ejected from one game his entire career. You know, Pop gets ejected a couple times a year.
He was smiling.
Yeah, he loves getting ejected.
Yeah.
He also a lot of people.
A fiery dude.
I heard a lot of people also thought that maybe he did it on purpose just to get her the first, the historic moment.
He came out and silenced that though. He came out and silenced that. He said that
did he?
Like at first people were saying that they just hired. Yeah, the people saying that they hired her because she was a woman and they just wanted to make history. And Pop came right out and was like, listen, if we would have hired someone, it would have been because they were qualified. This woman is qualified. She knows what she's doing. I think it's great. I would have a problem with it if it was just and not to say that, women shouldn't be in sports, because that's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you're going to hire a woman and it's going to be the first in history, right, don't make it be a PR move.
Yeah.
Make it so that she knows what she's doing. There are plenty of women that can talk basketball. We had one on the show, remember?
Yeah.
Shout out Janet from ATB News. There are plenty of women that know basketball in and out and can do that job to the best of their ability. And listen, the Spurs made that hire. They knew exactly what they were doing. I don't hate the hire at all. I don't hate the call up at all. I don't think Pop would just go out of his way to get ejected so that she could come into the game. That's stupid. I know Pop's a naturally fiery person.
Yeah.
And like you said, he has a history of getting a job. I mean, he yells at his own players.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
He's going to yell at a referee. So, I think it was great.
I also thought it was interesting to talk about, the amount of weight on your shoulders to be the first female head coach. There's a lot that goes into that. I think that it's good that it happened like this, that now, the history is already made. Now we can start easing them, because even if you wanted to hire a woman as a head NBA coach, you know how hard it would be to get someone on board, because no matter what happened, it'd be like, oh, absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't want to be the first male coach in the WNBA, because then you look at it. I mean, I don't know I honestly don't even know if there are male head coaches in the WNBA, but I mean, you got to think about it as like, no matter what happens, no matter how well your season is, it's always going to be like, oh, well, what if it was a guy? What if it was this guy instead of her? Maybe they would have pulled off 10 extra games or something. There will always be those critics, always, no matter what. If you were the first at anything, you know what I'm saying? Change is scary.
Sure, but like also, I get that. I 100%. There's always going to be some mouth breather in the basement. Being like, oh, this should be an all males league. They're coming in, they're infringing on what we have. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I think a lot of people on the flip side would actually really, really vie at the chance to be the first. Imagine you're the first female head coach in history. You're the first someone to do something. That's sick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know
sick.
Basketball. Yeah, I can coach at the highest level. Yeah, I'm going to be the first person in history to do something as big as that. Yeah. Put me in. Like, I get that there's all this criticism, and obviously in the online world, like, I don't know if you've ever checked House of Highlights' Instagram comment section or Bleacher Report's Instagram comment, full of misogynism.
Yeah, toxic.
But I if I'm a woman, and this is just me, I'm not a woman, I'm a man.
Right.
I'm saying yeah. I mean, the allure of being the first person to ever do something, like, that's part of the reason why I want to make this podcast get to the top. It's because, dude, we would be the first people that would not have a prior audience and not have any prior backing to make it into the professional podcasting scene. That would be sick. That's part of the reason why I'm chasing this. That's, I think, enticing to a lot of people. And I think a lot of people would say, hey, we could look at it through the lens of, like you said, that's a very valid point that you made, right? People are going to be looking at you, scrutinizing you because you're a woman, because you're, again, the first person. No one that was the first person to do anything was never met with criticism. You tack that on to being a woman in a male-dominated sport, you're going to get that. I get that. But I just think the allure of the fame, the glory, you know what I'm saying? Even if, especially if you do well, that's Jay Quick respect.